Alright, what's up people? Welcome to part 2. Thank you guys for joining me for part 2. If you didn't join me, then there's no point in me saying, because if you join me, then you join me. But for the people that didn't join and watch the first part, I feel sorry, because this is more of how to get your TV set even more better if you do got advanced settings on your TV. Now advanced settings, it varies depending on what TV you have. You gotta, like I said, if you got a premium TV, you're gonna get more out of your TV, So with that said, black correction. Now what black correction does is pretty much what it says it does. It corrects the blacks. Now when I got black correction off, the blacks looks good. The blacks still look good. If I cut it on high, it darkens up the small black details that should be darkened up. And depending on how intense I want it, I can set it to high, medium, or low. Usually I keep it at high, Now if I set it to low, then I will cut my brightness down on my brightness settings to 40 instead of 45. But since I got this option of having black correction, I set my brightness only like 5 notches down and set my black correction to high. Advanced contrast. I don't really mess around with advanced contrast. As long as my contrast is set right, then I don't care about advanced contrast. But I got it on low right now because it does do a good job at what it's doing. Basically, advanced contrast is pretty much what it is. It goes in and it detects the whites and stuff like that, and the black tones that's on top of the whites, and adjusts the whites accordingly and stuff like that. So I got it set to low because it's not really making a big difference. I got my contrast set pretty good. Gamma, which is how bright the darks are, how bright all the darker images are all together, as a whole. It doesn't set the brightness down on anything else except for the dark images. Either you can set it 3 notches up or 3 notches down, depending on how your TV is. Now 3 notches down, it makes the dark tones and everything dark look more better, but I still like to keep mine in between because it's not all that necessary. Okay, LED dynamic control. Optimize the contrast by adjusting the brightness in individual sections of the screen. So what it does is, when you got a lot of different type of images on the screen, let's say you got a picture, in the picture it has a lot of color on this part of the screen, you got a lot of whites on this part of the screen, you got a lot of dark images on this part of the screen. What this does is it detects all that and adjusts the LEDs accordingly, individually, instead of adjusting the whole screen. It adjusts individual sections of the screen. I hear a lot of tech people talk about the setting a lot, and I haven't really needed the setting yet. There's not really no need for it. But if I want to, I can cut it on standard or low. I keep it off though. It's not really necessary in my likings or needings. Auto light limiter controls the backlit to reduce excessive brightness in bright scenes. Now that is a good thing to have. I got it set to low. Now there's a lot of times where you're watching something and then it shows like a white screen on the TV screen, and everything just gets like, it just blinds you. Like, damn. What that does, it detects that and sets it like it controls it. Or if you got this one little image on the screen where it's super bright, it controls that. It tells it to calm down. You need to calm your eyes down. You're getting too damn bright. You understood? So that's what it does. So I got that set to low because I'm not really having an issue with that. But I want it set to low because there is some images that pop up sometimes that have just just ridiculous. Clear white. Now, that's a good setting. I usually like whites where my whites can be super clear. And you set that to high, and then all the whites on the screen, anything that's have whites inside of it will be just pure white. It look good, depending on what images you're watching. But also it'll take away the detail of clouds. Make the clouds details won't look like real clouds. It still look like real clouds, but compared to if you got it on low or got it on off, it look more like real clouds instead of having whites all the way up. And it make the screen look more on a cool. It make it look like you got like the cool color temperature turned on. So I got mine set to low. It's good to have it set to off or low. I got mine set to low though. I do like clear whites. I like some good whites. Live color. Now the reason why I don't adjust my color super high is because I'm using live color. I like the balance. I balance between my live color and my color. Like my black correction. I balance between my black correction and my brightness. Anything that's similar, you got to balance between there. You want to have both of them set up high. You want to have that nice little balance. Now what live color is, basically what it does, what it says, liven up color. Now you may not be able to notice it on the screen, but if you're sitting right here on my couch with me, you'll see that when you're looking, if you look like on these icons over here, you see if I turn it to high, the color on everything would be like super like vibrant. You know, make the colors more vibrant. But you know, I always have it set to medium. You know, do I have it set to medium? Usually I tinker between medium and low. You know, I'm keeping it on medium right now because I do like some good vibrant colors. That's why I don't got my colors set too high, because I always use live color. It livens up the color, so I had it set to medium. Yeah, I had it on medium. White balance. You do not want to touch this unless you know what you're doing. I don't even know what I'm doing. The only reason why I don't know what I'm doing when I touch any of these is because I do not have a calibrating tool. You know, like a $500 or a cheap calibrating tool you can use to adjust your white balance. It's kind of how when I try and adjust my white balance on my, well, no, hell no. It's kind of like how when I try and adjust my white balance on my camera before I start recording, to make sure the whites are accurate. The whites that my camera is picking up are recorded the way it's supposed to be recorded, you know. It's just color accuracy. Make sure the colors are accurate. Make sure you're looking at the color that you're supposed to be looking at, you know. So with that said, that pretty much concludes the picture settings. One more setting that will make or break your image is this right here. You always want to make sure your screen is not overset to where you're getting the images off the screen. You want to make sure your pixels are super close together. You want to make sure the image is super close together. You want to make sure you don't want to miss any images that's getting pushed off the screen, because if you do, it makes your picture overall look less sharp, you know, and you're losing a lot of that detail, you know, on the edges and stuff like that. I know some TVs that overscans the TV screen, and you lose some of your image, literally lose some of your image, and you're not really noticing that you lose some of your image because you're only losing like a super little bit around the edge of the screen. But at the same time, once you set that correctly, you'll notice a big difference. So unless you guys got any questions, which I'm not recording this live, so it's not like I can answer your questions right away, but you know, other than that, I don't think there's anything else I can tell you about my picture settings. I do have two separate TVs. I got a 23-inch screen I use inside the room for my primary PC screen, which that have different settings on it as well. So I may do a separate video showing that off, showing those settings on that TV, but not today, not right now. For right now, I'm done. So with that said, like I said, if you guys got other videos to request, you want to know some more about, you know, other stuff I got sets, anything else I got set, you know, as far as picture quality, anything, you know, let your boy know. And yeah, I'm out. Thanks for watching.